All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are tackling one of the biggest questions we all face. How do you actually build a career that feels right? One that you're excited about. Let's dive in. You know the one. We've all been asked this since we were kids. And it sounds so simple, right? But as you get older, the weight of that question, well, it starts to feel heavier and heavier. And boom, all of a sudden, it's not just some fun little thought experiment anymore. It feels more like this giant, high-stakes test that you absolutely have to pass, and the pressure is to find that one perfect correct answer for the rest of your life. It can be super stressful and honestly pretty confusing. And that right there is what we can call the perfect career problem. It's this belief that there's one ideal job out there just waiting for you, and your whole mission in life is to find it. So, to deal with all this pressure, we naturally start looking for tools, right? We look for maps that can guide us to that supposed perfect destination, and one of the most popular maps out there right now comes from Japan. You've probably seen this one. It's called Ikigai. If you've spent any time at all scrolling online, you've almost certainly seen its famous Venn diagram. And for good reason. It's a really powerful framework for thinking about your purpose. So, Ikigai is a Japanese word, and it basically translates to a reason for being. It's not just about a job, it's bigger than that. It's about what gets you out of bed in the morning, What gives your life a real sense of meaning and direction. Okay, so the framework guides you with 4 key questions. First, what do you genuinely love doing? Second, what are you actually good at? Third, what does the world need? And finally, number 4, what can you get paid for? The idea is that your ikigai, your true reason for being, is right there in the sweet spot, in the middle, where all 4 of those things overlap. And this is where the framework gets really insightful. It shows you what happens when one piece of that puzzle is missing. So let's say you love what you do, you're great at it, and the world needs it, but you can't get paid for it. Well, you'll feel happy for sure, but you'll have no wealth. Or what if you're paid well for something you love and are good at, but nobody really needs it? You might feel satisfied, but also kind of useless. This makes it so clear that the balance between all 4 is really the key. So Ikigai is a great tool, but here's a big question. What if the whole way we're using this map, the very way we think about our careers, is built on a couple of fundamentally flawed assumptions? It turns out, research into how people find fulfilling work points to 2 core myths that make this whole process way, way harder than it has to be. So myth number 1 is this idea that careers are fixed, linear paths. Think of it like a train track. You pick one, you get on, and you just stay on it until you retire. Any turn or detour feels like a total failure. And the second myth is that you are a fixed object. The idea that the person you are today, with all your current passions and values and skills, is the exact same person you're going to be in 10 or even 20 years. But let's be real, we all know this isn't true. I mean, have you ever looked back at who you were 5 years ago and cringed? Just a little? That's not a bad thing. That's growth. We are constantly changing based on our experiences. So if we change, doesn't it make sense that the right career for us will probably change too? This all points to a much more powerful and, frankly, more realistic way of thinking about this. Instead of trying to find a career, maybe we need to start building one. The shift in mindset here is huge. The old idea is that your dream career is like buried treasure. It's some static thing out there you just have to uncover. But the new idea is that a career is more like a sculpture. It's something you actively shape and mold over time. It's a continuous creation that reflects who you are as you grow. And hey, this isn't just some nice theory. Look at some of the most successful people in the world. Jeff Bezos wasn't born the founder of Amazon. He was a trader on Wall Street. J.K. Rowling was working as a secretary before she brought Harry Potter to life. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's path from bodybuilder to actor to governor was anything but a straight line. They didn't find one path, they crafted a journey. So this completely reframes the goal of a career. It's not about finding that one final perfect answer anymore. Instead, the real goal is to pursue alignment, to constantly be adjusting your path to better fit the person you are becoming. And what that means is you can let go of the pressure. Seriously, let go of the pressure to have it all figured out right now. You don't need all the answers, because you can trust that those answers are probably going to change anyway. So, what does this actually look like in practice? Well, it's kind of like a continuous cycle. First, you seek out diverse experiences. Volunteer for that weird project, take a class in something new, talk to people in totally different fields. Second, you challenge yourself because that's where you learn the most about what you love and what you hate. Third, you take some time to reflect on what really aligns with you right now, not the you from 5 years ago. And finally, you take action to create more of that alignment. Maybe it's a small change in your current job, or maybe it's a bigger leap. And then you just repeat the cycle. Because in the end, your career isn't a destination that you just arrive at one day. It's a journey that lasts a lifetime. So the only question that really matters is, what's your next step?